So about 9 months ago, I was attacked. I was on my way to my mum's house. I was literally 400 meters from my front doorstep. Initially, I thought that, so, that a kid was doing a wheelie and they'd hit me on the back and knocked me over. It took a few seconds for me to realise that that wasn't what was happening. I was basically, from what we get from the police report and the witnesses, this person had come up behind me and they'd punched me from behind across my face just on this side. I fell to the ground. I fell face forward and landed on my arm here, and all this arm part was all cut up. I then turned over, and the next thing I remember was that whoever it was either punching me in the face or stamping on my face, and I then lost consciousness. So I don't know how long I was unconscious for. However, when I come round, I felt it happened, the face kick, as it were, or stamp. It was stamping on my face. I felt that. I think it was twice out of the four plus times he did it, apparently. And it wasn't until some time, which I don't know how long it was, I come round and there were people around me, and it was one of the girls from the hairdressers, literally just up from where I was, who'd come running out and chased this guy off. Um, and then everything gets really, really weird. I didn't really understand what concussion was until you actually had it. How things were taking a few seconds to me, and they were literally over a time of minutes. And I had one friend appear and talk to me. Said, "Should I contact somebody?" And it was my sister's office, and she was just around the corner from where I was attacked, where her office was. And then she come round, and apparently she was there quite a while afterwards. But it all happened to me in a few seconds. The ambulance arrived, and they set me on board, and they bandaged my face up. And I didn't really have any clue what was going on until I took a photograph of my face with my mobile phone and realised just how much damage had been done. So I was taken off to the A&E, and they gave me, said, "Do you want a paracetamol?" I was kind of still quite a bit out of it, but I just said yes anyway. But I didn't have any real pain. It was really, really unusual that I didn't feel a great deal of pain. The only pain I felt was when they stitched up this part of my cheek. And it wasn't until later on, after I've had all the CT scan and the x-rays, that I found out exactly what the damage was. And there was more I found out a few days later. I had got a fractured cheekbone, broken nose, and also got a cut to above, well, just where my finger is now. I thought the numbness was because of the injection they give me. It actually wasn't. I have what's known as a damaged trigeminal nerve. So the nerve that supplies all the teeth on this side of my mouth, on the outside, I now have no sensation at all in my teeth whatsoever. They said it may never come back. It's been, I say, nine plus months now, and it still hasn't come back. So that evening I went and stayed and slept at my mum's house, and the police come and they gave me an interview. But what's really quite striking was I didn't feel scared. At no point was I didn't feel scared, and I wanted to go home that night. I wanted to go home and just sleep in my own bed, but my family said no, and I actually had a really, really bad night staying at my parents' house and being really, really uncomfortable. But the next morning I literally got up, I was taken into town. I actually think I caught the bus back and went straight to the cafe where I normally go, as if nothing had happened, because I didn't have that fear. I don't know why. I've never been left with any fear of this. And it was a few days later, I was laying on my bed and I kept on feeling uncomfortable. So my sister took me back to the hospital, and we sat there and waited. We saw a doctor, and he said, "Oh, you've got a broken rib as well." So my rib on this side had been broken as well. But my family are Christians. My sisters, my mum are Christians, and they actually not only prayed for me, but they also prayed for the person who attacked me as well. They've never caught the person who attacked me. I'm not. There's nothing I can do about that. But I just wanted to tell you my story, and so you can see all the pictures of what's happened to me. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a happier video blog next time. Speak soon.